Hello, friends. Welcome back to Singer Dad Reacts. My name is Josh, and I'm here to do another reaction of Sohyang. I'm very excited about this. She's one of my favorite new discoveries. I've listened to the Arirang song several times now, and it touches me every time. I love her tone. I love what she's about, and her story, what she's overcome. I'm always a sucker for the underdog, and she is the underdog in the sense that she's overcome some really tough challenges as far as overcoming cancer and things like that. So that's what I mean by that. She's fought hard, and I'm sure, and she's risen above and found a way to use her talents and abilities to touch the lives of others and the hearts of the people. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing a reaction to Lean on Me. I love this song. I know this song well. I'm trying to think if I've ever performed it before. I don't think I have. Part of me thinks I might have performed it in like a small men's group at one point, but I can't recall. But it carries a lot of meaning. I had a thought about, in kind of rewatching one of my reactions I just did, I always put the lyrics on my other screen and then I read them over here, but it's like, why don't I just put them on the main screen, on the secondary screen, and then you guys can all read along with me and we can experience the lyrics together. So I increased the font size large enough so hopefully you can read it, and I thought we'd just go through the lyrics real quick. So sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm going to need somebody to lean on. Let's make sure I'm on the screen so I can scroll down here. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm going to need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. So, those are the words there. So I'm curious to see what she does with this, because Sohyang always has her own kind of interpretations, and she's really a gifted arranger. And I've read a little bit about some of the comments from you and from others, I think on her site and things like that talk about her gift as an arranger, and she has others that kind of help her with that. But she really tries to make it her own, right? And she has really good judgment about the two songs I've already reacted to. Show that in a big way, that she has really good instincts about how to just really individualize a song and tell that story, right? She's a remarkable storyteller. So the other cool thing about this is, I know from comments, and I think they actually mentioned it on the video title here, that Michael Bolton is in the audience. I think they're singing his songs or something like that for this particular set of performances. And I guess he sang with her later, I think, at one point, and really became a fan of hers. So that's really cool. I used to listen to him when I was younger. So let's dive right in here. not a really good spot, but yeah, I think somebody mentioned this in a comment, I think, or something about how this kind of shows off her English. That is impressive, actually, with this song. I mean, her English is really good, and already she's kind of put her own spin on the song, right? And she's kind of building the story. She's really good at just kind of starting out, kind of, with less, and then kind of building it on, and then coming back down. Just the full story arc. So let me go back a little bit so we don't miss out on this moment. But and again, her tone, I kind of take it for granted, but it's like her tone is impeccable. With whatever song she sings, she's always like right on the pitch. And I'm not like Dimash, I don't have perfect pitch, but I have relative pitch, so I can hear like when someone's off a little bit, and I have to kind of watch myself, because if I'm watching a show with my wife and then someone's off, I kind of get, I'm like, that person's off, and then it kind of ruins it for her, so I have to kind of sometimes just not say anything. So yeah, it's a gift and a curse, right? But for her, she's right on top of the pitch. Every note is, because a lot of vocal coaches talk about it, right? So you have like the range of the pitch is kind of like here. There's no like, here's the pitch here, and if you don't hit that, then you're off, right? There's actually some leeway right here, within the confines of that pitch, where you can hit it and still be considered, on pitch. But with her, she's always like right here. So she's not sharp. What they say is sharp, where they're above the pitch, but she's like at the top part of being on pitch. Some people are kind of right down here, and then you kind of get the sense like, are they flat? And you kind of question, you're questioning the whole time, kind of, are they flat? They feel a little bit flat, but yet I guess they're on the tone. So those are the people that kind of ride right here, but she rides the top of the pitch. Let me go back just a little bit here.
Please swallow your pride. Get my things you need to borrow. No one can fear those of your needs that you won't lash out.
So she chooses these different moments to kind of, come in and out with the way that she chooses the notes and the runs and the dynamics. She's really gifted with all of that. My first exposure with Arirang was basically like a master class in that, but she does it again in this one, where she just kind of, it's hard to explain what she's doing, but she's really she can manipulate her voice to do whatever she wants, as far as kind of coming in and out on the runs, or working with the dynamics, or how much sound she applies to the tone to make it come through with more power and then kind of pull back. It's crazy. She's amazing.
No one can fear those of your needs.
See, just like that. Michael's like, wow, this is a whole different. This is the gospel side coming in. Sorry. Wow, this is cool. So she's doing the whole gospel thing. I know that that's like a big part of her is the gospel element, and she loves singing gospel music. So this is cool that she's kind of bringing in the gospel element. And this choir sounds really good behind her, this group here. Let's go back just a little bit. Wow. Okay. Wow. I can see why there's like this comparison to Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, some of these other artists like that, because she has that same kind of feel with the way that she approaches the runs and the moments, like where she chose to just go for it on that, which I need to go back and listen to that again, because she went for it. That was, I don't know if that's the highest note I've heard her sing, but it was definitely up there. Yeah, that's that's the reaction right after. I wish they would have showed Michael Bolton's face when she did that, because there it comes. Oh, there she goes again. Wow. She's got the crowd going. This is more the gospel thing again. Wow. Look at Michael. Wow. Now she's bringing it back in. Oh, listen to that. Whew. Yeah. Michael's like, man. Okay. Yeah. So she brought it. She brought it big time. I can really start to see I'm almost glad that I've chosen the 3 songs that I have so far for Sohyang, because each of them is different, right? They each kind of have their own special message and feeling and stylistic motivations as far as, how they were sung. And they each kind of show off different aspects of her instrument, right? So I think it's worked out well to kind of show, some of the different things she can do, which she's so versatile. I mean, you look at, and I can see why a lot of people compare her to Dimash, because she, number one, she covers a lot of ground range-wise, which, like Dimash, but also very incredible control with, as far as her instrument and traversing through the registers of her range. But also she brings to each performance a full, I'm going to lay my heart out on the stage performance, right? Which is what Dimash does as well, right? They both put it all out there, and this kind of reminds me of, like, so some of you have watched my my performance videos, on that I've uploaded, including my Les Mis performances, and our run for that show was, I think we did 3 weekends is what we did. So the closing night, I got pretty close with the guy that plays Valjean, because we had a lot of scenes together, obviously, and we had to work on that dynamic. And he was a seasoned actor, does a lot of stuff down in LA, and he came about it from a different perspective. He was trying to really work on the voice side of it and improving that aspect of what he brought to it, and then I was trying to improve the acting side of it. So we tried to really help each other in those ways. So obviously my wife helped him more with his voice than I ever would, but we tried to kind of help each other that way. But we also tried to play off each other and have that dynamic come through with our characters on the stage. And that final night, I went up to him and I said, let's leave it all out there. Let's go out there and let's just completely leave everything else on the stage and just put our whole hearts into this performance, so that we know at the end of this run that we did our absolute best, at the end. And what was cool about that was one of the guys that was involved with the sound, he'd come up to us after each performance. He'd be like, "Oh, I saw you did that, and that was cool." And he kind of noticed things. He came up to us after closing night and he was like, "You guys brought something special tonight." And that meant a lot, that he noticed that, and that that came through in our performance. But that's what made me think of that, is that's what they're doing with every performance, and that's hard as a performer to do that. It really is. I can tell you from experience that to day in, day out, for each performance, bring it like that and just lay it all out there and leave your heart out there and bring that power to the performance. That takes a lot, and they're both remarkable at it, both Dimash and Sohyang. So incredible performance, and again, a new interpretation of Lean On Me that I hadn't heard. And I've heard many different versions of Lean On Me over the years, and this was a unique one, and she made it her own. So bravo to her. And if you have additional songs, I know Everyone's definitely on the list. I know that's one that you would all recommend, that is supposed to be one of her technically hardest songs. So that's definitely one that I have on the list. I just want to kind of do other songs leading up to that, if I can. And so if you have other suggestions of others that I can do prior to Everyone, if you could please put those in the comments. And if you haven't already, if you could please subscribe and click on the notifications. I do appreciate your support, and take care.